What is up, New York Jets fans? It is great to see you. The Midnight Mike Show is live. It is Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it is great to be here. The Midnight Mike Show has broadcast from our home base, our home studio of the Long Island Sound. That's where I usually come from here on the Midnight Mike Show. Then we have broadcast from Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. We have broadcast from Dollywood in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. And today, again, we are broadcasting from Hanover Township, Morris County, New Jersey, about 5 minutes down the road from One Jets Drive, where the Jets probably were today. But I was instead celebrating more and more, Thanksgiving fun with my family, which I hope everybody watching had an absolutely great Thanksgiving holiday. I hope everybody enjoyed the football on Thanksgiving. There was a couple good games there that we will be talking about. What else? Jeez, and the Black Friday game, Bears over the Eagles in Philadelphia. Did not expect that. And then tomorrow, of course, another slate of games for you. And one of them, our New York Jets, going into MetLife Stadium to take on the visiting Atlanta Falcons. And I will be honest with you, when you're looking at the stats of the Falcons last week, you have to remember that the Falcons played the Saints last week, and the Saints are very, the Saints and the Jets, that's very comparable. This could be a winnable game for our New York Jets, and I'm hoping we can talk about that. Now, as I said, I am broadcasting from my mother's house for the Thanksgiving holiday. Obviously, I'm not at my place in my studio on the Long Island Sound. So I'm going to need some of your guys' help. I'm going to need some co-host help coming up with stats and whatnot because I am broadcasting from my phone. I hope everybody can see me okay and hear me okay. Before I start the show officially, let me just go into the comments section and make sure I am still seeing everything okay here. All right, let me just check this out. Okay. All right, I see a bunch of people in here, and now I don't know how long this will work, so I might have to pull the comments directly onto the screen that I have over here in order to be able to get to all of you and whatnot. But let's see what we got here. Chris coming in. Why is it not just showing up? Okay, I'm not going to go through this if this is the case. Yeah, it is a huge pain in the ass on my screen. Regardless, let's get this show started. Hit that like button. Show your love for the Midnight Mike Show, and let's get the show started. Let's hear that Jets chant. Once again, much love to everybody showing up here tonight on a Saturday night. Like I said before we went into that, just hit the thumbs up button. That's what you can do to show your support for the show. And what I am going to do is just bring the comments up. They're not going to show me the comments that are already there, but I'll pop it up so that on the screen, I guess it does show some of the comments that are already there. I was not aware of that. So this is a way that I will be able to hopefully read your comments. It'll be a little behind, but Chris says, hey, Midnight Mike, everybody, hope all is doing well. Go Jets. Love you all. Like, subscribe, support. Our First Lady Valerie is in the house. Laker Nation Midnight Mike, we suck on dikes and we eat Mike. We meet. What are you talking about? By the way, Jay, I can get the link in the comments if you want to come on a little later in the show. Chris says, hopefully our New York Jets winning versus the Falcons tomorrow. I say and predict 20-17. Our Jets get the W. Let's hope so. Hey, Scott Black, what are you doing in here? Scott Black, one of our resident Dolphins fans. Hey, let's go Fins. Regardless, I do have one of our Midnight Mike Show family members in the green room, so let's bring him in. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know where Matty is. I'll be honest with you right now. He should be here. He's not. I hope everything is okay with him. But let's bring him in, ladies and gentlemen. Honest Abe. How you doing, Abe?
Mike, what's up, bro? You only got me for a few minutes as I drive home in a snowstorm from work tonight. So.
You guys got snow up there.
It's snowing right now. We're going to get about 3 to 5 inches, they're saying, but over the course of today and tonight. So it's a little bit hectic. Just
Yeah, I mean, I can't see you. You're completely dark, but I can definitely see the wintry conditions out your window.
yeah, it's rough. It's rough, and the worst part is people just forget how to drive when it's snowing out there. So like, there's 3 lanes on the road that I'm on, but nobody knows what goes where, so they kind of all just drive in the middle.
All right, well, Abe, if I only got a few minutes with you, I want to get your thoughts on the Jets, obviously. But before I do that, let me know your thoughts on those Thanksgiving Day games. Some of them were pretty exciting.
Yeah, I mean, isn't that all you can ask for on Thanksgiving, right? You want good football. I the Lions have been good the last couple of years, so their games are going to be good now. Their games have always been garbage going into it, right?
Yeah.
Games have always been. Sorry, there's a bunch of kids just running and jumping off the side of the road. A bunch of weirdos. Not my problem. So the Lions games are going to be good. The Cowboys, they're always going to be entertaining, and the NFL does it right by putting good teams against them, at least entertaining teams against them. So it's going to be fun. That Kansas City Dallas game was awesome. The mindset going into Baltimore Cincinnati was it's going to be a great game. Obviously, didn't turn into that, but there's just so much you can ask for with that. And of course, the Lions Packers was a great game also. You can't ask for much more on Thanksgiving.
No, and I'll be honest. Tell me your thoughts. Something to, I don't fully buy into the NFL is rigged. I don't. But there's parts of me every now and then that I get this little bit of just in the back of my mind. I'm like, this just seems too convenient. And one of it was Joe Burrow was clearly, cleared last week to play in the game. Every report coming out said that Joe Burrow was fine to play. And then they decided to hold him off till Thanksgiving on prime time so they could get to Lamar Jackson and the Ravens coming in against the returning Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals. And then all of a sudden, here we go. The Ravens are clearly a better team. And the Bengals come in with Joe Burrow and just, dominate. And it just seems too convenient. Your thoughts?
I don't buy into that. Why start him while he's not at 100% last Sunday? And
I think he was at 100%.
Was he though? Like, why not? Because what's going to happen? I don't even remember who they played last week. Was it they played the Patriots? They played the Patriots last week. What if he gets a little dinged up, and now he has short rest, so it's a short week to come back for a pivotal. Yeah, it's prime time. All eyes are on you, and it's a divisional game. The Packers did the same exact thing with Josh Jacobs. They didn't play him last Sunday. He probably could have gone, but they said, let's hold off. You're going to miss one game. We have a short week, and we have a division rival game coming up on Thursday. Forget the fact that it's Thanksgiving. Like, these are important games. So I'd rather you miss.
Yeah, but the Bengals are pretty much eliminated. The Jets aren't officially eliminated, but tomorrow they will be. So that's what I'm saying. It's like we I don't know. It just everything seemed to lock up. And
I mean, in that division, they're only 2 games back.
Are they?
I think they're 5-7. I'm driving.
I don't think so. I want to say they're 4-8.
Even so, who's leading the division? The Steelers are what, 6-6 or 6-5? Right
no. I guess now that the Ravens lost, probably, yeah.
That's still 2 games back with what, 5-6 games to go.
No, I mean it just seems. I don't know. Like I said, it just seems like everything, like they wanted that prime time, WWF or WWE style, the returning Joe Burrow at SummerSlam. Like that's how it felt to me. I don't know.
I can't get on board with it. Sorry.
All right. Well, everybody, guys, I see some people in the comments section. Ryan, Lightning leads the Devils by 1 point in the conference. I'm fine with that. It's still early. The Devils are way out playing how they should be playing considering their injuries. But Ryan, let me know the score. The last time I checked, because I can't check now, the Devils were losing to the Flyers 4-2. So send that in the comments section. Jay, Laker Nation, can't believe Philly got stomped. What are your thoughts on that one, Abe?
I'm shocked. I'm shocked. Players are good. Like, it's crazy. I didn't expect Ben Johnson to be a good head coach. I was very upfront about that. I did not expect it. I mean, their offensive line has been reconfigured. They got a good O-line. They're getting everything they can out of their running backs. Surprisingly, what I think is the best thing of that team, their wide receiving room hasn't been functional. Roma Dunze, DJ Moore have done absolutely nothing over the last 6 weeks. It's pretty wild. Their defense is playing up to snuff. Like I'm pretty shocked by the Bears. I think everybody is.
Absolutely. Well, that's the thing. I mean, at the beginning of the season, if anyone would have told any of us that when it came to with the teams above with the Bears and the Vikings and the Packers and the and the Lions, if anyone would have said to us, "Oh no, by week whatever, what are we at, fifth or I don't know, 12, 13? The Bears would be in first place," I would have told you to go F yourself. I wouldn't have believed it for a second.
100%. I couldn't agree more, Mike.
So we got the Falcons. The way I'm looking at it, I was looking at I was actually looking at the stats for the Falcons for last week because I think it's very comparable. You can look at the stats from the Falcons against the Saints, and I believe the Jets are a better team than the Saints. And that's maybe one of the only teams that I feel like we are definitely better than. And Kirk Cousins did not have a spectacular game. It's not like he was lighting up the Saints. And I do think in the long run, do I think the Jets will win? No. But I do think the Jets have a chance to make this one a close game and potentially pull off an upset. What are your thoughts?
I don't think it's really much of an upset. The Falcons are down to their backup quarterback. The Falcons are missing their superstar wide receiver. Their defense has not been the same. Like, they started off really strong, their defense. Their defense has not been the same the last few weeks. Their offensive line is not that good. They have a superstar in Bijan Robinson. Honestly, the Falcons and the Jets are pretty much the same. Like, everything I said is the same thing you can say about the Jets minus the O-line, right? You got a superstar running back. You're playing on a backup quarterback. It's been in the league for 15 years. Your superstar wide receiver is out, so you don't really have a wide receiver, and your defense has been garbage as of recent. Is that not the Jets? The Falcons and the Jets are the same team. I'm convinced.
I mean, I'm not that the Falcons are a great team, but I do think overall, I mean, it's hard to have faith that the Jets are better than anyone at this point in the year. Like I said, maybe the Saints,
the Titans.
The Titans, and you could argue that they could feasibly beat the Dolphins. But I mean, it's hard to find a team that I feel any bit confident that the Jets could win a game.
I mean, I think the Falcons are pretty bad right now. Like, they're in that same category.
No, I understand. The way, like I said, I'm excited for tomorrow's game. And tomorrow's game is going to be one of those games like last year. I think last year it was the Seahawks game that followed Thanksgiving. And it's going to be one of those games where I'm leaving New Jersey and I am going to be heading back to my place. And I'm going to be watching the game while driving back to my house, so that when I get back, I can do my reaction video after the game is over.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a competitive game. It's not going to be a good game. Like, it's not going to be two very good football teams playing against each other with high quality football. I think we're going to see two garbage teams facing off and just getting ugly football. Like, we're looking at like a 13-6 kind of game.
Yeah, this is going to be what I feel like this is going to be one of those games where it's who makes the least mistakes.
Yeah, and the Jets don't capitalize on mistakes, so we're not going to win games.
Yeah, so the Jets not only can't make mistakes because, obviously they would lose the game, but even when the Falcons make mistakes, the Jets could feasibly not capitalize on them.
I mean, we have 0 interceptions. 0 interceptions.
I know.
How do you not, like, a tip pass just up in the air? Like, how does that happen? My question is that, I mean, I haven't looked this up, and once again, because I'm broadcasting from where I'm broadcasting from, and I don't have a computer in front of me and whatnot. Do you know if they brought this up? Has any team not had 0 interceptions going this far into a season? I don't know that off the top of my head, but I mean, I have a really hard time believing it. I have a really hard time thinking that any team has gone this long with no picks. That's good, dude. That's crazy. It really is.
I agree.
It really is crazy.
And even our takeaways. How many takeaways have we had this season? One
Fumble.
God,
we have 0 turnovers on American soil this year.
that is outrageous.
Right? Like, you can't make that.
That is absolutely outrageous.
Yeah.
Real quick, I see you guys in the comments section. Valerie says our special teams might have to pull it out again, or might pull it out again. I feel like that's how the Jets win. If our special teams kicks ass, then we can win a game. But if they're not putting up points, which is unbelievable that we can't win games without our special teams putting up points, it's tough to believe that the Jets can win.
Relying on special teams to score touchdowns is unsustainable.
I know. Well, that's where we are, Abe. That's where we are.
I know.
It's so bad. It says Scott is in the house. What's up, Scott? He says Jets are on the longest streak ever, and I'm assuming he's talking about interceptions. A team never has.
It's not the longest winning streak.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely not that. And Valerie says, and Aaron Glenn has 40 interceptions. By himself, he has 40 interceptions. The Jets have 0 this season. And how many did we have last season?
Not a lot.
No, not a lot. It's so bad. But I'll tell you, you know what I am looking forward to, Abe, is I'm looking forward to just finding out which guys on this team that we are going to keep going forward. And I don't know if I talked to you about this the last time you were on, but I know I talked to Matty about it. I really think Isaiah Williams has earned a spot on this team next year so far.
Sure. I'd give him a shot. I mean, Xavier Gibson looked really good his rookie year too. And we all saw that he was hot garbage. He had one good play.
Well, no, correct. Well, yeah, but Isaiah Williams, I feel like, has come up clutch several times. I'm not just talking about the one punt return or whatever he had. I'm talking about as a wide receiver. He has been one of our wide receivers. Like, he's been catching more balls than Allen Lazard. Now, I know that's not saying much, but Allen Lazard is a veteran. He's been around a long time. But Isaiah Williams has Isaiah Williams been our number one receiver?
That's not hard to do.
It's not, no, but he's been there.
I'd say John Mechie is the number one receiver right now.
Okay. I mean, A.D. Mitchell had a better game last game. You know, he was catching a few more balls, so that was a good thing to see.
You know, I try and be optimistic, and I think going into next year, and obviously we're ways away from now, I don't think we end up drafting a quarterback because I don't think there's going to be there. I don't think this draft's quarterback class is very good. So I think we end up taking a receiver early, and we build that room so our quarterback in 27 can come in and have pieces around him. And if you look at Garrett Wilson plus a top 5 pick wide receiver, either the kid from Arizona State or one of these top kids, then you go with the guys like John Mechie and A.D. Mitchell as your 3 and 4, and an Arian Smith and Isaiah Williams as your 5 and 6. All of a sudden, that wide receiver room doesn't look as bad as it does right now. Especially
and add to that Mason Taylor, and who's been looks pretty bad. He's been looking more comfortable each game. He's had improvements here and there, but he's at least started to look more comfortable. And Breece Hall out of the backfield.
Hopefully,
I think. Well, we're either franchise. They didn't keep him for nothing. They're either franchise tagging him, or we're going to keep him next season, or they're going to sign him to a contract, which makes sense because it's going to be half of what we were going to pay Sauce or what we were paying Sauce.
I agree that Breece Hall is back, but yeah, like the weapons we'll have going into next year is going to be a lot different. And I really like John Mechie. I mean, he's been given no opportunity so far in the league. He obviously missed his rookie year because of cancer and tore his ACL at Alabama. We're talking about a guy that was probably going to be a top 20 draft pick 3 years ago, and we got him for nothing. Now we give him an opportunity. Maybe, who knows? He's got elite slot receiver skills. And if you put him there and you have Garrett on the outside and you have a big body, another big body on the outside, A.D. Mitchell is that perfect outside guy as well. He just has to learn to catch the ball. All we need is the guy that can actually get it to them.
And our offensive line, I don't think is bad. I think it's going to just get better as they play together. Instead of having guys coming in and out over the past few years and whatnot, like we do have a base of a good offensive line, and their pass protection isn't bad. It really isn't. The problem has been over most of the season is that Justin Fields holds on to the ball for 10 minutes.
Forever. I don't know. I watched the Michigan game today, and as a Michigan fan, I watch a lot of Michigan games. And I watched J.J. McCarthy a few years ago, and I said he is Zach Wilson. They're the same player, just a few years apart. And he looks worse than Zach Wilson. I watched Bryce Underwood, the freshman quarterback at Michigan, and he was supposed to be the guy. 5-star recruit, supposed to be the absolute superstar. The way he plays the game, he looks just like Justin Fields. The throwing style, everything. It was so crazy to see just the deep comparisons between the two of them. That he'll have a great college career, but man, be ready when he comes out to the pros in a few years. I'm very worrisome about him.
Well, I mean, it's funny you say that because about the Zach Wilson, J.J. McCarthy thing, because just in our private group chat or whatever, I forget where it was, but Sean Neutron actually sent us a thing where it compares J.J. McCarthy's stats and Zach Wilson's stats through the X amount of starts, and like Zach Wilson even edged him in some of those. So J.J. McCarthy is not.
I've always said that they're the same guy. They're the same one-read quarterback, relies heavily on the running game, has limited capabilities above the shoulders.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad for Sean and the Vikings fans because last year they had it and they decided, no, we're going to go with JJ. Let's get rid of Sam. I don't think he's going to replicate this. And here he is in Seattle, and he's going to bring the Seahawks to the playoffs.
I mean, I get it though, because they had already made that choice to draft JJ, right? They had already made that decision. Once you make that decision, at one point you have to play him. Like you have to see if it's real or not.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I just it sucks that they brought a guy in, he worked out, and then they were like, all right, head out to Seattle, and the guy they brought in is just absolute trash, and they should have just they had him there. We never had a situation where, we had Zach Wilson and then we brought a guy in and and he played outstanding while Zach Wilson went out with an injury. And then we were like, you know what? Get out of here. We want Zach back. And then Zach is just trash.
Hey, Mike, it's my time, brother.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much for calling in, and message Matty because I can't do it because I'm running off my phone. I don't know where the hell he was. Message Matty and say, hey, Mike's wondering where the hell you are.
I got you, brother.
All right. Have a good one, man. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right. We are here. I don't know what I'm doing here. I look, now I'm all this full screen crap and I don't even know if I can change it. It is what it is, but I will start getting to some of your comments if you guys want to comment down below. Let's see here. Orlando says he's in town for the game tomorrow. Go Jets. Hey, look, I hope so. Anybody heading to the game tomorrow? I sure hope that you guys can enjoy a good Jets game. Ironically, I almost got tickets to the Devils Blues game. It was the night before Thanksgiving because we were actually in town, and I was going to bring my daughters to. I actually know. I went to school with the New Jersey Devils public address announcer, and I was going to bring him and see if he could come down and say hi to the girls and just I could be like, hey, that voice you heard all game, this is the guy. And we didn't end up getting tickets because my wife was like, I don't want to be left alone, and I don't necessarily want to go to the game. I said, okay, well, I'll pick another game. Well, man, the Devils ended up winning in overtime. It was a great game. I so regret not going to that. That was a real bummer. Let's see here. Jets Worldwide. Hey, all ready for another letdown tomorrow. I'm always ready for a letdown, Snowball. Scott says Snowball Jets are winning tomorrow. We'll see. That's a lot of confidence there, Scott. Yeah, there you go. Jets Worldwide, Scott, when did you fall on your head? Mike hit the solo layout button. No, Snowball, I'm running off my phone, buddy. There's so many things you can't do when you're just running off your phone that and I could sit here and F around and try to find, how to do this. Oh, actually, I just figured it out. Oh, Snowball, you always got me. By the way, Snowball, what the hell happened? I was listening to your interview with that comedian, and I don't know if it was my phone or something was going wrong with my phone, or it was on your end, but I only could see like the bottom of you and Johnny's heads and the top of the comedian's head. So I was trying to figure it out and fix it on my phone, but I was driving. So I didn't even actually notice it for the first 20 minutes because I set my phone up to run through the car, and I just put the phone down and I listened to the show. And then I stopped at a gas station or somewhere, and I was like, oh, because once again, I'm in New Jersey, so I don't have to pump my own gas. So as soon as I pulled in, I fill it with regular. Here's my card. I reach into the passenger seat. I pull out the phone, and I'm looking to watch you guys. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? And I'm sitting there, Xing out, going back on, trying to figure out what's going on. And I figure it's on your end, but I don't know. Let's see here. Yes, Mike, that was weird. Oh, yeah. I tried the vertical layout yesterday. Big mistake. I was warned about that. I was thinking about doing that, but I was warned about that from a very pretty big podcast that's out there. And it has nothing. It's not a Jet show or anything to that effect, but it's a show about other podcasts and things like that. And they said no. This is it. They're trying. Basically, YouTube is trying to capitalize on the popularity. By the way, everybody, thank you for joining me. I see numbers going up a little bit. While you're in here, hit that thumbs up button. That's what I asked for tonight, so that really does help out. But yeah, they're trying to capitalize off the popularity of like TikTok and like the short videos because there's a lot of the people younger than me, by I guess around 10 years, have absolutely no attention span, and they need those quick hits of dopamine, those quick 10-second, 1 minute videos, and they're not going to watch long form. And the guy who ran the show is basically like, just keep it how it is. Like this is not only is it a trend, but there's no reason, if you are a long form show and most of the stuff you do is long form, just keep it as is. Just keep your show as it is. And once again, I don't have a problem with the fact that if you're holding your phone right way up, it's super tiny. All you got to do is rotate your phone, and then you get full screen Midnight Mike show, right? Guys, yeah, keep commenting down in the comment section. Actually, if someone could please update me. I don't have a computer or anything in front of me. If someone could update me on the Devils game, did they get it any closer? Last time I checked, it was 4-2 Flyers, and I don't know why we're having such a problem with the Flyers this season. That's pissing me off. But other than that, the Jets Falcons, guys, I do think we have a shot tomorrow. And I'm actually upset that I'm going to be driving home during the game because this is a game where I would love to just sit and watch the game. But if I'm going to get out my reaction video tomorrow, we got to get out of New Jersey by, right around the start of the game so that I can get home. I'd probably get home somewhere around the third quarter, but I'll be watching. Don't tell the police, but I'll be watching it. I'll have it right, in the car right there. Not that I'll be watching it, but I'll be listening to it so that I know what's going on. And anytime we stop, because I'm with 3 girls, so anytime we stop for food or bathroom breaks, I will be able to sit there and watch the game and enjoy the game until I get home. And then I'll probably be able to watch the rest of the game, the second half, on my regular television and get out a reaction video for all of you guys. But I appreciate you guys being in here. Like, it really does help out. Does anybody in here play board games? I'm not gonna go into it deep. I'm not even gonna get into it unless I see somebody in the comments section mention it. Brian comes in 4-3 right now. Nice, thank you, Brian. Devils. What period are we in? The third? I assume. It looks like the Devils coming back. Just look, I'm so sick of the Devils losing. I want them to at least get to overtime with these teams. At least get to overtime. So, you get the point. Jets Worldwide Snowball, we won't be doing that again. StreamYard puts it out in 2 formats. The other link was horizontal format. Okay. Scott, cribbage and backgammon. That's not what I was talking about, obviously. Not what I was talking about. I was actually talking about a game called Horrified, and it's like a game where everybody plays. It's a board game, and it's a game where everybody plays together to try to defeat monsters. And the first version of the game is the universal monsters. So you're playing against like Frankenstein, Bride, Dracula, Wolfman, Invisible Man, Creature from the Black Lagoon, things like that. And I actually have a funny story from last night because we thought we were great at board games, but we ended up blowing it. And then after the game was over, I was like, what did we do wrong? We were blaming it on 5-player. I'm not going to get into it, but I ended up going onto YouTube and watching people play it 5-player. And they had like a little kid playing with them and ended up beating the same 2 monsters we were fighting. And we played the game for almost 2 hours, and it's an hour game. They ended up beating it in like 40 minutes. So it was quite embarrassing, but it was pretty funny. 7 minutes left in the third. Okay. Come on, Devils. And you know what? The Devils are out kicking their coverage right now. They have so many injuries on this team. The fact that they are still kind of holding in there and winning games, I am absolutely thrilled. Absolutely thrilled right now with how they're playing. Oh, no, I don't play the nerd games. Scott, you know what? I love a good board game. I really do, but I'm very particular. Like, I'm not talking about, like, Monopoly and all that crap is fine, but I like the board, and I'm not nerdy enough to go as far as Dungeons and Dragons. Like, that's too much for me, where you have to, like, do voices and play, you yourself are playing a character. But I like games that are, like, immersive, that make you feel like they have a cool-looking board, they have cool-looking tokens and characters and, things like that, and you can really, like, get into the game. So that's what Horrified is. Yeah, that's what Horrified is. But I do, guys, seriously, if you look at the stats of the Atlanta Falcons against the New York Jets, against the New Orleans Saints, I think the Saints are a worse team than the Jets, truthfully. And it's hard to say that this season about any team. The Jets are better than this team. You sound absolutely insane. But something in my mind just says the Jets are better than the Saints. And I look at the stats that Kirk Cousins and the Falcons put up against the Saints, and I'm like, the Jets are going to play them better than the Saints. And it makes me think that the Jets have a chance. We might be seeing a win tomorrow. I mean, Scott said it. I don't know if he's just fucking around and messing with all of us, but I do think the Jets have a chance. And guys, by the way, I don't know where Matty is. I have no idea. I don't know what happened. I sure hope everything is okay. Like, I'm actually worried because this has never, ever happened in the history of the show where he has not gotten in touch with me and, been like, I can't make it, or, I can only be on for 10 minutes or anything like that. And the only way for me to get in touch with Matty is to get on my phone, and I'm broadcasting from my phone. So it is what it is. Now, why did I just get a notification, New Jersey Devils versus Philadelphia Flyers post-game from the guy I watch? That's not cool. That makes me not feel good. You told me 7 minutes left. It hasn't been 7 minutes. Scott says, oh, no, I don't play the nerd games. Thank God. I guess thank God I don't play Dungeons and Dragons. Valerie, our first lady, it's always good to see you, Val. Always good to see you. She says, at least one of our teams is good. And by the way, folks, once again, broadcasting, not in my studio, from my phone. That's why your comments are on the screen. And I can't just bring them up, but I will try to keep in touch. I have those comments on a big screen right in front of me. So hopefully I can get to all that. Scott says, I only play old person games. Yeah, cribbage and backgammon. That's definitely old person games. Jets Worldwide, wide. That's Snowball, ladies and gentlemen. Matty is probably asleep in the chair again. Matty, wake up! Wake up, dude! And Matty only has a certain amount of time on a Saturday night. So it is. I mean, not that this show is going to be like a full 2 hours or anything like that. Usually, when I broadcast from Jersey, from my mom's place, I keep it a little short because obviously I'm kind of below and to the side of my parents' room. So if they decide they want to go to bed, I can't be sitting down here just screaming at you guys. But it is what it is. It is what it is. You know what I want to do? Let's get a conversation going. Let's get a Jets conversation going, and give me some suggestions down in the comments section. Let's find a cool Jets conversation where we can debate. And I know we've done so many before. Like I remember we did one of my favorites that we did was who would be the Mount Rushmore of New York Jets players, not including players in the Hall of Fame. I mean, I think that was a great conversation. So give me some suggestions down in the comments, and then I'll pick one. I'll give you mine. You guys can come back at me. Maybe we can do something like that. But we got Mike. I have the Jets. I have the Jets on them. Wow, I would never bet on or against the Jets. I just couldn't do it, Scott. I couldn't do it. Just tell us the number and we'll call him. I don't know his number. I have it in my phone, but I don't. You think I don't know? I only remember like my mom's phone number because it's been the phone number that I've used since I was born. Other than that, I know very few phone numbers. As a matter, I could tell you a few of my old best friends' phone numbers from elementary school. For some reason those stick in my mind. But and back then, remember we didn't have area codes. It was just the 7 numbers. Before everyone had to start using area codes. That was annoying. Snowball every day at 3 a.m. Don't know what that means. Valerie, all-time favorite Jet. Okay. Valerie, I'll tell you my all-time favorite Jet. But I think you and Jets Worldwide and Scott and anyone else in here, if they have watched more than 4 episodes of my show, and I don't mean reaction videos and things like that. If you've watched more than 4 episodes of the Midnight Mike Show live, you know it. You know it. Let's see here. Brian Gastineau, of course. Oh, that's good that Valerie gets it. Valerie nailed it. Vinny, baby. Vinny Testaverde. Now, I love Gastineau. I grew up watching him. Ken O'Brien. Absolutely great pick. All 3 of those guys are 3 of my favorites. Like, get out of here, Snowball. Don't try to pull that shit. Don't try to pull that shit. Zach Wilson, I just hate him. I hate him. Like, I have not had a pit in my stomach worse being a Jets fan than when Aaron Rodgers went down and they showed Zach on the sideline and he's pulling his helmet on. Like, I have never, maybe I have, but I can't remember one in recent memory that I had a pit in my stomach like that. Like, that sucked. By the way, Pavia looking good today. I did not see any of the college games. I was hanging out with family and friends and all that stuff. Valerie, Joe Willie is mine sentimental favorite. Well, Joe Namath, man, no matter how you look at it, he's like our godfather. As Jets fans, as Jets players, as a Jets organization, no matter who you go to, Joe Namath is it. As a matter of fact, let's just in support. Let me see if I can pull up that picture that I love so much. Let's see if I can pull up that picture I love so much. Here we go, folks. How awesome is that, man? How awesome is that? That's our boy. That's our boy. And although every day goes by that I believe more and more and more that there is something to the Namath curse, I just can't dislike this guy. I just cannot dislike Joe Namath. It is what it is. It is what it is. You know what? Another thing we could do is, let me just go back. Look at all these birds. Scott, Snowball, I think you are seeing stars. Because he hit his head. I get it. Sith happens. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. He says, mine is Curtis Martin. All of you guys are picking great Jets. So far, we have Gastineau as a favorite, Kenny O'Brien. Valerie knew my favorite, Vinny Testaverde. Joe Namath, Curtis Martin. I mean, and that's the thing that's so frustrating about being a New York Jets fan, folks. The fact that we can name all these outstanding players. How about Wayne Corbett? How about Wesley Walker? How about Al Toon? You know, like you could go through the years of all these great Jets. Freeman, did I say Freeman McNeil? I don't even remember. And just none of them could get it together enough to get us to a Super Bowl. And that's the curse of being a New York Jets fan. There you go. Oh, God, yes, Chris. Nick Mangold. Oh, by the way, let's talk about Nick Mangold real quick. And I have no problem with this, but you almost got bamboozled, okay? I got sent links to that shirt, to that awesome Nick Mangold shirt that everybody wore, the day they were paying respects to number 74, the legend. But I never ended up pulling the trigger and getting the Nick Mangold shirt. I was like, the Jets are going to release this shirt. It would behoove them to not release this shirt officially, for the fans. More Nick Mangold, Mickey Schuler. There you go. You just ripped off a bunch of names from my favorite Jets team. Which one? Is that the 98 team or are we talking about like the 80s, mid 80s Jets? Hell yeah. Klecko. I mean, come on, Klecko, baby. But let's get back to this Mangold conversation. So I waited for the Jets to release the shirt. And I know a lot of you saw probably that the Jets finally did release the shirt. So as soon as I saw it, I didn't want them to run out of stock. I wanted to have it, as soon as possible. I ordered the Nick Mangold shirt. Now, you click on it, and it says, was it for a T-shirt, folks? A T-shirt. I believe it was $39.99. That is outrageous. That is outrageous. Now, I understand everything's going to charities and things like that, and that's why I'm okay with it. But then you put it in your cart and you go to pay for it, and then shipping is $8.99 and tax is like $4 or $5, and you end up spending over $50 for a T-shirt. I'm sorry. Like, I love Nick Mangold. I love the fact that money's going to charity, but you're telling me that to ship a T-shirt from Florham Park, New Jersey, which is where I am right now. I could have come, went to the front door, and they could have just handed it to me. I could have saved like $12. You're telling me it costs $8.99 to ship a T-shirt from Morris County, New Jersey to the shoreline of Connecticut? No, that is outrageous. That is bullshit. Absolutely not. I don't buy it. Havmo's in the house. Your comment popped up. I didn't see that one. Jets want $40 for it. Yeah, and I paid it. And I paid it like I as soon as I saw it, I was like $39.99. Like, and I just wanted the shirt so bad. I clicked on it, but then to find out with tax and shipping, you're paying over $50. Like, and I still bought it. Like, I'm an idiot. But it was all for Nick. But come on. I'm sorry, folks. A T-shirt should be no more than $25. Shipping on a T-shirt should be no more than $5.99. Like, let's be real for a second. How many of you did the same thing? I don't know. Dano, what's up? I got a link where I got it elsewhere for like 34 total, I believe. But that was not before that was before the Jets dropped it too. Yes, Dano, I got the same link, and I just kept kind of holding off because I wanted an official one that the Jets released. And boy, did I get bent over. And like I said, the only saving grace is that it's all that everything except for shipping, I guess, and tax is going to a charity. So I'm okay. I'm okay. I'll let that one slide. Have Mo. Nothing, bro. I was just trying to picture one of us wearing Joe's coat. Couldn't do it. I'm telling you, it's hard to pull off as a man a big fur mink coat. And I mean, and the dude wore tights too and pulled it off, right? For that commercial, for what was it? I don't know. I don't know what brand it was. I don't know that stuff. I wanted the shirt, but it's out of my budget. It was out of my budget too. That's crazy. Like absolutely crazy. Oh no, Brian. Please tell me that the Devils just lost and they didn't like have another injury. Brian says, oof, bad news for the Devils. God damn it. Please tell me it's not another injury. Because we are having such a good season, and it's like it's almost as if the hockey gods are doing everything they can to injure every player on our team so that we cannot win games. Please tell me it's just a loss. I'll take a loss. I could rock that coat, but only as my sole garment. Oh, so like Dano would do it like a flasher. Like Dano would throw on this big mink coat, but nothing else. You know, so then when he gets around people, oh, woo! No, Dano, come on. Oh, they gave up another goal. Brian, I'll take that. I will take that. I will take that. I will take that. We have so many injuries. Losing a game is not a big deal. Like, I don't know. Look, I don't know if a lot of you are hockey fans, but our best player, Jack Hughes, who was leading our team statistically in almost everything, is out for like 8 weeks. He's out till like January. Because he went to some like dinner and like severed his finger. Like, how does that? Who does that happen to other than the Devils? And that doesn't bring into the fact all the other Devils that are out right now and how many injuries we had. Our goalie was out for a bunch of games towards the beginning of the season, Markstrom, and Jake Allen actually came in and played outstanding. So like it was like, okay, we're gonna reverse this. We're going to reverse this. Guys, okay, I have another one for you. I appreciate everybody giving their favorite Jets to us. But what I want to do is I actually have I don't know if this is from Helmet Addict. He's one of my favorite follows on Twitter, Helmet Addict. But hold on one second. Havmo says they wanted $70 for a sweatshirt, not a mangold. I ordered a bunch of stuff. But not that. Next day they wanted 45. They tried to squeeze that extra 25 out of me day one. Yeah. Oh, okay. Brian says they lost 5-3. So I'm assuming it was 4-3. The Devils went empty net, and then the Flyers got an empty netter. That's not a big deal. It is what it is. You're taking a risk when you go empty net. That's what I'm assuming happened. But, okay, guys, I'm about to pop up. There may be more. We'll look at it. I am about to pop up every New York Jets helmet. And we're going to start just talking about ranking them and, your thoughts on them. What's your favorite? What's your least favorite? All of that stuff. So stick with me, folks. Hit that like button. Here we go. Let's bring this up. Oh, Mike, shoot me the link. Hold on. Give me 1 second, Jay. I want to do this bit on the Jets helmets. And then I will put the link in the comments section and I will have you call in. You will be my Matty tonight. I don't know what happened. Seriously. Like, I didn't even get any messages from Matty. This is so unlike Matty. So I am literally praying that him and his family are okay. Like, I don't like this. But here we go, folks. Every Jets helmet ever. Hold on. Here we go. There we go. All right, folks. Now we start in 1960. Once it gets on my, there we go. So 1963, we become the New York Jets, and we come. Now this is one of the most. I'm obviously going with the first one there in 1963 helmet. This is one of the most controversial helmets in New York Jets history. I like that logo. Not that I'd like it on a helmet, but I love that logo on a varsity jacket. Or on a hat. And I actually had the hat. And I'll show that to you. Hold on 1 second. Let me show you the difference. Like, I understand that it looks a little weird on a helmet, and I agree. I'm not going to disagree with anybody. But here's a picture of me and my brother from the last Jets-Giants preseason game at Giants Stadium, and there it is. I loved that hat, and I love that as an alternate logo, all that stuff. But I as a helmet, I don't love it. As a helmet, I don't love it. But as just an alternate Jets logo, and as a thing like, okay, so like you get a starter Jets jacket or something to that effect. You get a starter Jets jacket, and it has the logo. That's the kind of the plain logo is the kind of logo that I'd like to see like on the sleeve or something to that effect. But let's go back to those helmets, and I'll also get to some of your comments. Sith Happen says the Kevin Arnold jacket from the Wonder Years. Yeah, that one is, and I've said this before too. There is a difference between the 98 throwback and the 65-77. And a lot of people didn't realize, and I'm not saying Jets fans, but like the standard person, the Super Bowl helmets, the 65-77 helmets were a football shape. The 98 helmets were an oval shape. I much prefer the 65-77 helmets that you're looking at above. I also did not like the 64 helmets. You need the green in the background. You need the green in the background. As when you're a white helmet with a white logo over a white helmet, it's just too much. It's just too much. Havmo says, need a different visual. I got Danger Zone, full buck in a fur. It's almost like, isn't that the Silence of the Lambs? The Silence of the Lambs thing going on you got in your head, except Dano's head is on there. So tell me, guys, tell me your thoughts on those. Let's go with those first three helmets, 63, 64, and then our Super Bowl era, 65-77. Let me know your thoughts, folks. Brian says the 78-89 for the win. Spoiler alert, Brian, I completely agree with you. That's my childhood. Like, that is the Jets logo that I wish would be on everything. Not just the logo, but that old school helmet with the two bars. Like, that is outstanding. And truthfully, I don't mind the 1990 to 1997 where they decided to add the black trim around the logo and the black face masks. That looks sharp too. But the 78-89, definitely. Jerome comes in and says, "What's up, Mike? So sorry I'm late." Dude, no need to apologize. You guys coming in and whatnot, all I ask you to do is hit that like button, for the love. Show the love, hit the like button. Tonight's a crazy off-the-wall show. I'm obviously coming to you from New Jersey, from my mother's house. I've done this before. This is nothing new. Whenever we get around a holiday, whether it's New Year's, because we visited in the early part of January for Christmas, Thanksgiving, or Memorial Day, you'll always see me coming from my mom's bar in her house. And we always have fun. And I'm going to bring up the helmets again. Don't worry, guys. We're going to get back to that. But I just want Jerome to know, hey, we love you. Thank you for joining us. Jets Worldwide, 65 to 77 winner. Yeah, love that one too. Like I said, that's our Super Bowl era helmets. Valerie, our first lady, channel member, agrees with you. I believe a lot of you guys are channel members, so I definitely appreciate that. Now, Scott Foster comes in, and I said, "Hey, give me your favorite Jets helmet." And Scott Foster comes in with 4. So thank you, Scott, for making it harder on us to figure out which is actually your favorite helmet. He says, and let's bring the graphic back up, and then we'll get Jay in here. I'll put the link in the description. Scott says 78-89. Okay, that's my childhood helmets. 99 to 9. How is that right? 99 to 97. You mean, you're probably okay. 90 to 97. Okay. Oh, you fixed it. Okay. And the current. Which current? There's another question. The one helmet that's actually not. Oh, and it is from Helmet Addict. Give him a follow on Twitter, folks. And I think he's also on Facebook. And the current, yeah. So we have 4 current helmets. Those last 3, we have our throwback, the one in the middle bottom row. We have our blacks. We have our main helmet, which is the final one on the bottom row. And now we also have the stupid rivalries. And I'll tell you right now, the rivalry helmet is the only thing that I like about that entire uniform. The helmet's okay. It's fine, whatever. I don't like black helmets. But at least the helmet looks like somewhat of a Jets helmet. The rest of the uniform is atrocious. The rest of the uniform is absolutely atrocious. I actually do like the 1994 75th anniversary season helmet that you're seeing there in the second row, first one. It has the old Super Bowl logo with the football as opposed to the oval. We're looking at the very first one, the 1994 one. But the green helmet. Scott says the green current. Absolutely. Yes, Scott. Laker Nation, Jay, we'll get you in here. I honestly like the A-Rod black helmets. Which one? Once again, Aaron Rodgers wore both of those black ones on the bottom. His first, I guess he didn't because he was out that year. So I guess you're talking about the black one, the second black one on the bottom level. I assume that's what you're talking about. Ali says, I'm with Jay. Black helmets go hard. For other teams, it's just not the Jets. If the Jets wanted to add black, I always say go to the 1990 to 1997s. A little black trim. I'm okay with that. But the full black uniforms, that's just not my style. And I understand people like them. And I actually expect Jay to like them because I believe that the alternate black uniforms, no matter what team is doing them, I believe those alternate black uniforms are for younger fans. Us older heads, we just like the old school stuff. Scott says the logo is what gets me. Laker Nation, the first one. Okay, Jay, I'll get you on because I'm not going to ask you to keep clarifying yourself. And folks, we'll get back to these helmets. I want your thoughts. Hit the like below, but I do want to know as I get Jay on, which Jets helmets are your favorite. Here are all of them except for the rivalries. Let us know, but let me do this. So let's see, how do I do this? Okay, we'll do invite guests. We'll do copied. Now I go to the comment section, post a comment, and here we go, folks. Let's see if I can do this. Oh, son of a bitch. Did it go? I think it did. Jay, there it is, buddy. There it is. If you can get in, please join me. We're coming up on an hour, folks. And at this point, Matty would have said, hey, I got about 10 minutes left. I got to get to work. And like I said, as much as fun as I'm having here, the back of my mind, I'm just sitting here going, what the hell's wrong with Matty? What happened? Because I once again, anytime he is not here, he always lets me know. So I don't know. Let's bring him in. He's our Pittsburgh Steelers correspondent. Let's bring in Jay Money. How you doing, Jay?
I'm good, man. Just doing some laundry.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, bro. It's my favorite pastime when I'm not playing basketball.
So number one is basketball. Yeah. Number two is doing laundry.
Absolutely, man. It's amazing.
So what did you think of these Thanksgiving Day games?
Dude, honestly, I couldn't even watch them because I was at work when they were mostly going on. I only caught the end of the Bengals and Ravens game, which I was like, I'm torn because they're my division, but I was kind of happy the Bengals won just because it's fuck the Ravens because the Ravens were the head of the division because we fucking had a stinker again in Soldier Field, which I told you would happen.
You did?
I told you we were going to suck in Soldier Field, and so yeah.
But the Bears are just getting hot all over the place.
I know, but I still feel like because the same thing happened with the Green Bay game, dude. We were up on them, and then we made 0 second half adjustments because Tomlin's a fucking moron. Same with Terrell Austin, and so fuck it. But overall, I think they're very good games. I know the Packers beat the Lions. Am I right? They swept the Lions this year, right?
Yeah, they did. Packers beat the Lions, and yeah, they swept them. So and then that's another thing. It sucks. Like, as a Jets fan, I feel for Lions fans. I feel for Browns fans, and the Lions got their peak, and now it looks like it's all just falling apart. Dude, they might not make the playoffs. They can't pass. They're not going to catch up to the Bears. And even if they catch up to the Pack has won both games. Yeah, so there's a good chance the Lions don't make the playoffs this year.
It's crazy too. The Chiefs might not even make the playoffs this year either.
No, they won't. Absolutely, and I'm okay with that. I mean, I'm completely okay with that. I have no problem with that. Real quick, Havmo in the comments section says Cousins throws our first pick. Are you aware? Are you aware of that? We have not had a pick all season.
Dude, I didn't know that. I was listening to you earlier, but I guess you guys have no picks all season. That's terrible.
We have not only do we have no picks all season, but we only have one takeaway.
One takeaway all season?
All season. One takeaway, 0 interceptions.
Was it against the Steelers?
I want to say yes. No, it was in our London game. It was in our London game.
Who do you guys
Yeah, because I want to the Broncos.
Oh shit! Didn't you guys lose that game?
Yeah, of course we lost. What do you mean? Yes, we lost the game. Stop rubbing it in.
I'm not rubbing it in. Is this a serious game? Did they beat the Broncos or? I know you guys just beat the Browns and the Bengals. That's it, right?
Yeah, that's it. And then we may have a shot this week. Our next like 3 or 4 games, we do kind of have a shot at a couple victories. Let me bring that up. Yeah, there we go. So we're at home against the Falcons, and then from that point on, we've got the Dolphins at home, the Jaguars, which Jaguars are whatever, and then the Saints.
And then the Patriots.
Well, yeah, Patriots and Bills. I forget it. I'm not even. That's two losses to end the season. I've already come to terms with that. But yeah, it's pretty bad. So it is what it is.
Hey, I mean, look, we're gonna get steamrolled in Buffalo tomorrow, so it's okay.
That I'll give you. I'm not going to sit here and blow smoke up your ass like I have in the past and been like, hey, the Steelers may have a chance. If you're going into now, once again, though, I have to say this.
What do you have to say?
We said it at the beginning of the season. The Bills reached. I feel like they're a roller coaster, and they kept going up, and then going into this season, they're finally starting to make that big dive down. And it's going to take a while. It's not going to go as fast as a roller coaster, but it literally they have peaked. The Bills aren't the same team they were last year.
I get it. I think that's because they don't have a wide receiver.
I mean, that has a lot to do with it, yeah.
I think if you give Josh Allen like a Drake London or somebody else like that again, I think they'd be back on top. But I feel like he's had to be Superman this year. It's basically been him and Khalil Shakur and Kincaid and what's the other fucking dude's name? Palmer? What's the other dude's name?
I have no idea. Okay, I'll be honest with you.
I don't even know the dudes on the wide receiving group on their team. And speaking of wide receivers, I'm still upset about the Steelers getting rid of Pickens, and now he's fucking balling in Dallas.
Yeah, and that's another team that's all of a sudden come around. Dallas, they beat the Eagles and the Chiefs in back-to-back games.
Yeah, something's off with the Chiefs. I don't know what it is.
Well, they've peaked too. I don't think
so. Because remember Tom Brady had that 10-year stretch where he didn't win a Super Bowl?
Oh, well, I'm not saying Mahomes will never win another Super Bowl. But I do. Done. Yeah, if they win another one, maybe it'll be in a couple years. It's definitely not going to be this year. I think that Super Bowl loss to the Eagles last year really hurt them. But the problem is think about the top performing teams from last year: the Eagles, just lost to Dallas and the Bears.
Literally.
The Chiefs just are about to not make the playoffs. The Lions have a long way before they can even think about making the playoffs. Like a lot of these dominant teams from last year are just blowing it this year. The Bills, look at the Bills. They are now in second. Yeah, the Vikings. The Bills are now in second place by a couple games behind the Patriots.
Yeah, those losses to Houston and Atlanta really hurt them.
Real quick, Brian says, is that a Fire Wilkes? I don't know. What do you
Fire Wilkes?
Yeah, our defensive coordinator. He wants to get rid of him.
Oh, dude. There's a fire sale for a defensive coordinator spot in Pittsburgh because our fucking defensive coordinator, Terrell Austin's a fucking moron. I hate that dude, yo. Fuck.
I mean, I'm not willing to give up on any of the Jets coaches this year. I'd like to give them. I'd like to give them time to click and get to know the team and build a team and whatever. So Valerie comes in, says, "Bye, Chiefs. Love to see a dynasty fail or fall." I'm sorry. Love to see a dynasty fall. And I do agree. I think they're. I think. What do you seriously think they're going? First off, when is Kelsey retiring? How much longer can this guy go?
I don't know, but I don't know. I mean, is he doing good this year? I haven't really been paying attention to the stats.
I haven't. It's not like I can sit here and give you a definitive either way. Okay. But every Chiefs game that I've watched or heard about, he's making catches and whatever. But it's nothing like. It's not like the dominant Jason Kelsey that we've seen in the past.
I think he needs to retire within this year before he falls off a bigger cliff. He just becomes useless. That's in my personal opinion. Just go enjoy your life with Taylor Swift. Literally, and billionaire.
Yeah, enjoy your life. Go with her. Live on an island. She can, write some tunes. And it is what it is. Just
have a kid. Just have a kid with her, man. Just live your life. You got 3 Super Bowl rings, big dog. Like one more. You went to what? How many Super Bowls straight? Like they went to 5 out of. They won 3, and they went to every AFC Championship game since I was 20 years old, 19 years old. I mean, dude, you're a Hall of Fame tight end. Top 3, top 5, tight end of all time.
I look. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's your guess. Get out of here while you're still kind of. You have like he's having a decent season. Okay, goodbye. Get out of there while you can. I agree. That's what's got to happen.
I think the Chiefs I think they need a new tight end. They need to draft a tight end, whatever round they get. They definitely need to probably build up on the defense again and get better on that O-line again. And I think they'll be back because I still believe in Andy Reid. Andy Reid is a good coach. Probably top 3 coach all time. Would you put him up there? Top 3 all time?
Oh, that's tough. Let me think here. Because there's a lot of guys. Yeah, but there's a lot of guys even going back to going back to the Steel Curtain and the Cowboys. Tom Landry. And Bill Belichick obviously is is obviously number 1.
You know what, Mike? I think Andy Reid's a better coach than Belichick.
Well, you can. I tend to agree with you, but because Belichick never did. Like as soon as Brady was gone, it became a disaster.
Yeah,
and then Brady went and won a Super Bowl without. With
a former Steeler head coach, Bruce Arians, our old OC that Tomlin fired.
Well, Tomlin didn't see anything in him.
Bruce Arians won a Super Bowl with the team when we won in 05, 06, bro.
I know.
Fuck Tomlin. You Jets fans can take Mike Tomlin. I don't care. Just get him out of Pittsburgh, please. That man is a walking terrorist.
No, with the Jets that's the thing. Even if Tomlin, I would love to take Tomlin, unless the Pittsburgh keeps him for another 3 years.
I hope not.
We ain't gonna get him. He's gonna go somewhere else.
You know what? With Tomlin, I like him as a person. He seems like a really good dude. Me and the Fire Mike Tomlin admin on Facebook have literally said if Tomlin would to go to the front office, be like player personnel guy, like help players get other jobs and do career things, he could do that. He could do that. He should just stay the fuck off the field because his outdated ass defenses are not working. His outdated philosophies are just not working no more. And like, cool, you won us a Super Bowl, but that was with Bill Cowher's players. Just like Barry Switzer won with fucking Jimmy Johnson's players. We all knew that.
Well, I also want to point out that here's another thing that you did call that the Steelers would lose in Soldier Field to the Bears. But I was also, when I made that prediction, I also was under the impression that Aaron Rodgers was going to be playing that game. And that seemed to be a game time decision, and he wasn't playing.
From what I heard though was that Tomlin didn't tell the team that Mason Rudolph was starting until like a day earlier.
No, I agree. That's what I'm saying. It came out. I didn't know Rodgers wasn't starting till that Sunday.
Yeah, literally.
You know, because we did a Saturday night show, and I was under the impression that Aaron Rodgers was starting.
I wish he did start because fuck, and then. It's just a shit show because now we look like idiots paying DK Metcalf all that fucking money, and he's playing like a wide receiver too. And we got rid of the wide receiver who's better than him. Pickens is better than fucking DK.
Well, I'll tell you what, you guys got a gift this weekend with the New York or with the Cincinnati Bengals manhandling the Baltimore Ravens. And now you have to go in. Now you have to go into Buffalo and beat the Bills. That's a tough ask.
Buffalo comes to us.
Oh, okay. I thought earlier you said that you guys were going into Buffalo.
No. We're not going to Buffalo. But I think, dude, Josh Allen owns us. Like we beat him one time, and the whole time he's been playing Pittsburgh, and then we lost to them in that playoff game. And I think they're missing their left tackle, Deion Dawkins. But
yeah, that guy. I hate that guy.
Why?
He shit talks the Jets all the time, acting like they've won a bunch of Super Bowls, and he just looks like, I don't know. Do you watch wrestling?
Oh man, I stopped watching wrestling around 2011, dude. 2012.
That's fine. Do you remember who Viscera was? Big Daddy V.
Was he a big fat black dude?
Yes, with tattoos and he had big saggy tits and all. Yeah, that's what Deion Dawkins looks like. That's Deion Dawkins to me. He looks like Big Daddy V Viscera, and dude. Like he gave this interview talking shit on the Jets without his shirt on, and he just looked like big fat Viscera sitting there talking shit on the Jets. Fuck that guy.
I'm fucking dead, dude. You know it's crazy. The last WrestleMania I watched was like WrestleMania 28 or 27, dude.
Oh really?
Dude, I checked out once the Undertaker started like coming around, like just only around WrestleMania because Undertaker's my favorite wrestler of all time. I don't give a fuck. Like what his policies are: Undertaker, Kane, Jeff Hardy, Rey Mysterio, Triple H. Like those are my guys. The new guys don't hold a count to the old fucking guys anymore.
Oh, I agree, absolutely.
Like it's fucking garbage. Like, see, I wasn't old enough for the Attitude Era, so when Stone Cold and Rock retired, I was like 3-4 years old. So I had no idea of that era. So I only saw Randy Orton's one of my other favorites too. I never liked John Cena. I thought he was fucking whack. Batista was my guy. I love Shawn Michaels just because his arrogant asshole, like sexy boy persona. I'm like, I could get with that because I be acting the same way sometimes.
The guys you are naming are the last group of guys that I watched before I quit watching wrestling. So I started watching it. I started watching in the early '80s. So I went through all the Hogan, Savage, Warrior, Andre the Giant, all those guys, and I loved the Attitude Era. And I even watched through the era you're talking about. But then after they left, and it was just too much for me. But if anyone in the comments section does not know what I'm talking about, look up the interview of Deion Dawkins without his shirt on, talking shit on the Jets, and then look at a picture of Big Daddy V. You can't just look up Viscera because Viscera was in the Ministry and he wore like a garbage bag like Missy Elliott in that video where she wore that big black garbage bag. That's what Viscera's outfit looked like. Oh, it was a very early Missy Elliott video.
Jesus!
But you have to look up Big Daddy V.
I know who
viscera.
Big Daddy V is. Yeah, I remember Big Daddy
Yeah,
V.
so that's when you see him without his shirt on. You look at him. You look at Deion Dawkins from the Bills in that interview, and I'm telling you, you think they're brothers. It's ridiculous.
I'm fucking crying, man. All right, I mean, yeah, he's missing, but I just don't trust our defensive line, dude. I just don't, because I feel like they're gonna run slant routes the whole time, and TJ Watt's gonna be used. We paid his ass all that fucking money to play like a bum all season.
Well, we just paid Garrett Wilson all that money to sit on the sideline and be injured the whole season. So
He's not injured. He just want to sit out. I promise.
Come on.
He wants to sit out. He wants out of New York. I promise he wants out of New York. Watch.
He's not getting out of New York. He's not getting out of New York.
My God,
they're not getting rid of Garrett Wilson. There's no chance.
Buddy, come on, bro. You can't be doing this shit. Sorry.
No, that's all right. They're gonna build this team around Garrett Wilson. They just need to get a few more. They just need to get a few more weapons so that everybody can't just double team Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, you definitely need some more weapons. Who's available this coming draft for you guys? Wait, hold on. What was you guys' draft pick this year? What number?
We have two. This year coming up. Oh, our number. I think we were 15th.
Why did you no? Becky Ibuka?
No, wait, no. Maybe we were higher than that. 11th. I think maybe we were 11th in this year's draft.
Why did y'all draft the Becky Ibuka?
We needed to bolster our offensive line. We have a legitimate offensive line. I think that can go for a long time. We had drafted Tittman to be our center, but AVT got injured, so we moved Tittman over to a guard, and then we put in Josh Myers, who we had, who's a long-time center. And then our two first-round draft picks are both tackles on the end. So our two tackles are Olu Fashanu and Membu, and so those are our last two number one picks.
Okay, I could get with that.
If we're trying to get a quarterback in here, whether it's a drafted quarterback or a veteran or anything, at least we have something where we can say, like, look, we have an offensive line. Hopefully, you won't get too beat up.
Yeah, like how Andrew Luck retired, and when Andrew Luck retired, the Colts finally had an offensive line. I don't know if you remember that.
Well. Wait, say it again. I'm sorry.
I was saying, just like when the Colts, when they had Andrew Luck and he retired early because they couldn't protect him, and then when they finally got an offensive line, he retired.
Yeah, he was too beat up at that point.
Yeah, shit. I mean, I always believe this. I always tell people that offensive line is the most important position in football, other than your quarterback position. If you have an offensive line, everything else will run smoothly. And then your run game can get going. You can draft the running back in the 5th round, and he can do well with the offensive line. If you don't have an offensive line, everything is just going to implode. That's how I feel.
Real quick, Brian says happy Thanksgiving weekend, and Havmo says the 20 on Breece Hall's jersey is the amount of yards he gets when you throw a short pass to him in the flats. Yeah, do it. No, he's right. No, Breece Hall out of the backfield catching balls is just as good as any receiver we have on this team. And me and Abe were talking, being honest, Abe, we're talking about it earlier today. He thinks we're not going to draft a quarterback this draft. He thinks we're going to take a wide receiver high. So then we could have Garrett Wilson, a number one drafted wide receiver as our wide receiver 2. Then you have Mechke, Isaiah Williams, and A.D. Mitchell as our other wide receivers. Then you got Mason Taylor as our tight end, and Breece out of the backfield, and all of a sudden our pass catchers look kind of intimidating again.
That's fair. I could get with that, man. You keep Justin Fields, or are you getting rid of him?
I mean, we have him under contract for next year, but if I would just, please, I'll take anyone. Get rid of, obviously, Tyrod. We're not going to re-sign him. He gets hurt. He's too old. I'd get rid of Justin Fields, and I'd bring in anybody. Bring in Carson Wentz, bring in Gardner Minshew, I don't care who you bring in. Yeah, I don't care. No one can do worse than Justin Fields. You can't do worse. I've said this over and over again. You could go pick a guy in section 104 with a personalized jersey, and you could bring him onto the field, throw shoulder pads on him, put him out there without any experience whatsoever, and he would still get us as many wins as Justin Fields. So
I don't know what's going on with that man. He do hold the ball forever. I'm like, God damn, dude.
Yeah.
You can't.
Well, that's why he. No, but that's why he our offensive line stats have not been as good as they should be, because he's literally holding on to the ball for 10 minutes of play.
Bro, I can
Like
take a
nobody can
piss and
block.
come
Nobody can
back.
block that long. Yeah, nobody can block
No.
that long.
Hell no. Hey, speaking of quarterbacks, what do you think of Shador Sanders?
Well, we'll see when he plays a legitimate game, because that
That's fair.
last game that the first game he came in, he sucked, and then he actually played a full game, but it was against the Raiders. I could score 40 on the Raiders, so it's like, like what if that's not impressive? And actually, his stats weren't even good. If you actually look at his stats against the Raiders,
what were they?
I can't pull them up because I'm at mom's house on a phone. But if you look at his stats against the Raiders, Tyrod had better stats against the Ravens.
Ooh.
By like a tiny bit. But Tyrod had a better QB rating against the Ravens than Shador Sanders had against the Las Vegas Raiders.
Damn. I mean, I'm rooting for Shador, but
I'm not.
I am. I have to. I root for Shador, man. I just hate he's on the Browns. I just hate him.
Dude, one of the funniest things like I've seen that last draft, when he had that fucking room where him and his family and his dad are all standing in there, and it has all the neon lights and all this other stuff, and he's not drafted in the first round, and my smile gets bigger, and they keep showing him all sad and pathetic. Then the second round goes by. He doesn't get it. He still doesn't get drafted. The third round goes by. At this point, I am like dying, and I actually put out a meme. I forget if it was on Twitter or on my Instagram or whatever, but when the Grinch does that in that cartoon, does the big ass smile and his hair splits at the top? Yeah, I put that picture up, and it said Midnight Mike watching the first 143 picks of the NFL draft, because I think he got drafted. I think he got drafted 144.
Wait, what is your problem with Shador? I'm very curious.
My problem with Shador is that I think he's an okay quarterback, but because of who his dad is, he was being touted as that, and that's why everyone they were saying he was going to go in the top like 10 picks. And I also don't like the fact that now maybe he's not like this, but he was when he was around his dad. They bring this huge circus to town with this bravado and this talk and this, Shador has no right to act like Dion until he has the career that Dion had.
I could get with you. I could get with you on that.
Like when you're coming out of college, I don't care how good you are. You should be coming into the draft and coming into the NFL as humble as possible, because think about all the number one draft picks of quarterbacks. Think about all even the number two. Think about all the first rounders that have come in and failed miserably.
That's fair.
Once you have a few good seasons under your belt, then you can start coming onto the field with all, like Justin Fields, in my opinion, looks like a complete idiot walking onto that field with that chain around his neck with all those diamonds. And it wasn't even a badass chain. It looked like something my yaya would wear. Like it was it was God.
Fields or Shador?
Fields.
Oh, okay.
Like, you know what? Like, if you want to be Deion Sanders and wear bling on the field, okay, that's fine. You proved yourself. But when you're wearing all this shit on all these chains and all this stuff and these ears, you pull off your helmet and you're wearing these big earrings, like, you got to prove something to me. That's fair. Like I don't care if you have them. That's my point. Like if you're wearing them off the field because you got paid a lot, no problem. I have no problem with that. But when you're wearing them on the field, it's like you better have a body of work that matches the amount of gold you have around your neck.
That I agree with you. I 100% agree with you on that. I mean, me personally, I just think I'll just root for Shador just because I want to see him do good. You know what I'm saying? Like I just like I don't know. I'm like, okay, I see the vision, bro, but you got to prove something. But I honestly think him going to Cleveland is the worst situation because Cleveland fucking sucks for quarterbacks.
Well,
That's
yeah.
quarterback purgatory. They're like Browns.
Well,
level
so
bad
the
for,
Jets.
they're like Jets level
The
bad.
Jets are the same way. Yeah.
The Jets are fucking bad, but I'm still see. This is why I'm still upset that the Steelers did not draft Jackson Dart. I wanted Jackson Dart. I wanted him
The
so
Jets
fucking
could have
bad.
drafted Jackson Dart
Fuck, why didn't you guys?
because we drafted another offensive lineman,
Oh yeah.
and we had Aaron Rodgers at the time.
Oh yeah, oh,
You know.
Dude, I'm so upset we didn't get Jackson Dart. And then, like, my uncle was trying to tell me, like, he's like, well, he don't even watch football like that. He was just like, oh, Shador should have never been a fifth-round pick. They were blackballing him. And I was like, dude, he's like, the NFL, he almost called the NFL racist, but I'm like, dude, you realize the number one draft pick was black, sir. So don't do that. So
no, there were people online.
With me.
Yeah, there were people online saying how it's a racist move. And I'm like, look at the first 30 picks of the NFL draft and tell me how many of them were black.
A lot.
Like
27?
Yeah,
25?
exactly. Pretty much all of them. Yeah, it's like very few white dudes in there, and then maybe there's like one or two Samoans or something.
Like I was trying to say, it's not. I'm like, it's not a race thing. It's just how he came off real arrogant that the teams were like, "Fuck this guy." And like, I'm like, Abdul, and I told my uncle, "Do you realize?" I'm like, "You don't even watch college football, so I don't know why you're speaking on this." I said, first off, this last draft was heavy on defensive linemen and defensive tackles and linebacking crew. This was a heavy defensive draft. Like a lot of dudes that were in like the top 10 were like all fucking defensive players outside of Travis Hunter, and I don't know if Jackson Dart was in the top 10, but you get my point. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get your point.
Like Abdul.
Wait, real quick.
Mason Graham.
Havmo, hold on, real quick. Havmo in the chat says, "I want to be Flav." I'm assuming he's talking about Flava Flav. Yeah, at that point, like, why not come out with a big clock around your neck? But once again, Flava Flav can do that. You know, Public Enemy has sold millions upon millions upon millions of albums. So yeah, he has every right to be walking around with bling and like the grill and the clock. You know, Shador Sanders hasn't done. Oh, dude, you gotta.
I'm too young.
You need to do your homework on Flava Flav. I'm
an NWA. I'm an NWA guy from that time period.
I mean, to be fair, I mean, I never was really into rap and hip hop. But there was a short period. First off, I loved 80s rap and hip hop. And I'm talking about the cheesy shit. Like, I loved the Fat Boys. Have you ever listened to the Fat Boys?
Nah.
Oh, man. Like, see, I like that kind of shit. Or like Will Smith's first album. He's the DJ, I'm the rapper. When it was DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. Like, I like that. And it's cheesy. It's cheesy early rap.
Okay.
But then in the 90s, I really liked when the gangster rap was going back and forth between East Coast and West Coast, between Big Boy Records and Death Row.
Bad Boy and Death Row, yeah.
Yeah, so I was not a even though I grew up on the East Coast, I was a Death Row guy. Okay. So I loved like Dre, I don't like, once again, not a hip hop guy. I like very little hip hop, but in my opinion, the original Chronic, Dr. Dre, is the best hip hop album ever. I can listen to that front to back. Like, I love that album.
Dude, you heard
what are you talking about? You are on the West Coast. You should be representing.
I'm gonna keep it above with you. When I lived in Maryland, my East Coast roots just came out, and I've always liked Nas and Biggie more than Tupac. I always liked them two better. But hold on. Before I like Tupac. But I was more of a Dre, Snoop, the Dog Pound, Nate Dogg, like all those Death Row guys. Like I loved that. The Long Beach Cats. Yeah. Man. I don't like Snoop Dogg like that. I've never been a big fan of his. I do like the Chronic. I will give you that. The Chronic, I used to listen to that shit when I was 15 all the time because they re-released it on iTunes when I was 14, 15. I love that album. Dude. But I like NWA Shadow Compton, man. That's a tough album. That's hard to beat. Shadow Compton's a tough album. Tupac, All Eyes on Me, I think is better. It's good. Nas,
that's a great album. Yeah.
It was written in Illmatic. Oh my goodness. Listen to It Was Written by Nas. That shit is fire.
Well, now real quick, and now I'm going to embarrass myself because there is another rap group that I've mentioned it on the show probably in passing, that I really, really love, and I own probably 7 of their albums.
Mhm.
You know what a juggalo is?
Hell no. What is that?
They're fans of the Insane Clown Posse.
Never heard of them.
Oh boy. Okay, well, you can't listen to new ICP, but if you listen to like ICP from like the mid to late 90s into the early 2000s, a lot of people look at them as just like their fans as just white trash garbage, and they are. I won't deny that. But
White
they
trash
had,
garbage.
but they basically all of their albums are basically they rap as they're psychopathic clowns, almost like out of horror movies. And so their raps are like ridiculous. But the guy who mixed their shit and produced their albums, Mike E. Clark, at the time, was so good, and the beats just I loved them. They were just so good. And I'm just a big Insane Clown Posse fan, and most people are embarrassed to admit that. But I embarrass myself on this show all the time, so it's no big deal.
Oh, no biggie, man. I've never even heard of those dudes in my life until right now. I was big in the 90s rap when I was like a freshman in high school. People were like, why are you listening to that old shit? I'm like, because it's fire. The fuck? But I was putting up to
no, it is.
I was putting to school listening to Straight Outta Compton. I was putting to school listening to New York State of Mind by Nas. I was listening to Jay-Z's The Blueprint. Oh my gosh, all that old shit, dude. I just love 90s hip hop, man. I feel like it feels more real and raw. Like
I feel like it was more real and raw.
Well, yeah,
I feel like it was, because you have to remember that that's when hip hop really took like a hold of mainstream pop culture. I mean, you could go back to the 80s with stuff like Run DMC, and because they did the song with Aerosmith, and even back to the 70s with Sugar Hill Gang, and you could go to all those, but it wasn't until around the mid 90s that like rap just took over.
Probably around 94, 94.
Yeah, right around that time.
Fair.
And that's when it just became but those guys were still legitimate, like guys who came from tough upbringings, who had a talent, and whether it was Dre on the West Coast or Biggie and Puffy on the East Coast, these guys found these guys and used them to their best ability, but now I feel like so many of the rappers and whatnot today are almost created. It's like there's so many producers behind them. There's so many writers behind them. There's so many, like when you even like if you want to look at, and I know she's not necessarily hip hop, maybe whatever, but when you look at like how many people write and produce a Beyonce song, and then you look at like how many people wrote and produced like a Nirvana song, like a lot of guys, it's just them. They wrote the song. They had one producer to help them, mix and whatnot, the levels and all that stuff, and that's it. You look at a Beyonce song, and it's like almost like it was created. There's like 50 producers, 50 writers on a single song, and that's where I feel like things. And I'm not just saying in hip hop. I'm saying in most music today, it feels created. Like it feels like it doesn't feel. Yeah, it doesn't feel natural.
No, I definitely 100% agree with that, man. Because you look at the ins and outs, like I know people that like they talk about rough upbringings, but like their upbringing was not rough at all. You know what I'm saying? Like you could literally fabricate that and just fake it till you make it type lifestyle, And I like NBA. I don't know if you did know this guy named NBA YoungBoy.
I don't.
Okay, so this is what we call George Pickens NFL YoungBoy because he was just crashing out on the field with the Steelers. And he's just a rapper. I never like a lot of people like his music. I think it's absolutely fucking garbage. Maybe a few songs. I don't even know it, but it's just very ignorant, It's like just very ignorant rap to me personally. It's just dumb shit.
Yeah.
Like versus how
like
back in the day was way better.
And I'll be honest, I've never been a real fan of Eminem.
Really?
Everyone seems to love Eminem. There's a few songs that he came out with that I liked. Like I think my favorite of his songs was Guilty Conscience, but once again, that's with Dre.
Okay.
So I liked a lot of his stuff that like Dre worked with him on, but I never was a big Eminem fan. Like, have you ever heard any Tom McDonald?
Not at all, dude.
Oh, dude, he's the biggest independent rapper in the world.
I don't know too much about Tom McDonald, man.
Yeah, if you get a chance, I mean, once again, you have to be kind of on one side of the political spectrum to appreciate him.
What side is that?
You have to be more conservative.
I'm conservative.
Yeah, so Tom
my shit, dog. Come on, bro. Georgia Bulldog.
What is the Georgia Bull? Okay, the American flag.
Salute the service, man. Come on, bro. I'm conservative.
No, I absolutely. But Tom McDonald, he has put all of his music out, produced all of his music, all of his videos, everything, all by himself with his girlfriend, who makes a lot of his videos and helps with a lot of his beats and things like that. And he is literally the biggest selling independent rapper in the world right now. Like his numbers on iTunes are in the millions upon millions. And he's done, I don't know, do you know who Ben Shapiro is?
I do know Ben Shapiro is. I
agree
with some of his takes, some of it I think he's a little bit off the beat.
Well, Tom McDonald did a song that went number 1 on iTunes, and Ben Shapiro raps on it.
Get the fuck out of here!
Swear to God. And then he had and then last year, right after the election, he put out a song where Roseanne Barr. Do you know who Roseanne is?
Nah, who's that?
She's the comedian who she's an older lady. She had a show called Roseanne in the 90s. And now it's the spinoff show that's on now is called The Connors. But she is one of. I mean, I feel like if you saw her and heard her voice, you would know who she is. But she rapped on one of Tom McDonald's tracks, and I'm telling you, check out Tom McDonald, check out the one he does with Ben Shapiro.
I almost definitely will check out. I'll text you if I forget about it. But man, I forgot the election happened last year. That shit was so insane, dude.
Yeah.
I know so many people were PO'd on my timeline. I was like, oh my God. And I told everybody, like, I mean, I don't know if you guys talk politics on here, but I told everybody in 2023, I said Trump will be back in office, and everybody on my basketball court said, you're out your mind, Jalen. There's no way to get back to office. Text him, I said, I told y'all he was going back to office. I fucking told everybody he was going back to the office, and everyone thought I was insane. And people say I'm talking foolishness and nonsense.
It's because where you are. You're in California.
Yes. No, I'm gonna tell you this, bro. This past election was the most red California has ever been.
Oh, it's been the most red. I'm in Connecticut and New Jersey has ever been either.
Oh, I thought they were red states.
No, they're blue states, but it's the most red they've been. They still went blue.
Yeah,
but it was crazy. Well, I know. I mean, I try not to get into politics on this show. Everyone knows where me and Matty fall. You know, everyone knows that we're on the right hand side and we're conservative and all whatnot. But we don't like to bring it in because I don't want people to think that they're not like because we so rarely talk about it. Yeah, you know. So fair. But I'm telling you, look up just to get your mouth wet on it. Check out Tom McDonald, Ben Shapiro. Just check out that track, and I feel like you'll then go on a Tom McDonald rabbit hole.
I most definitely will, man. I'm gonna send you a meme that I can't speak about it here. It's fucking hilarious. I started laughing my ass off, and my uncle got so PO'd. I was like, bah humbug. Fuck, dude. Like, oh man. Like, I'll just put it out there. I'm a conservative myself, more so like because I always felt like. I was like, I don't really like the left too much. They're bullshit. I'm like, and when Joe Biden came out and said, if you don't vote for me, you're not black, I was like, fuck you.
Can you believe that a politician would come out, of any side, would come out and say something like that?
And black people still fucking voted for his ass. Why?
No, I mean, to be fair, not as much in the most recent election.
No. I'm gonna tell you something funny, man. A lot of black people are like, bro, we ain't voting for this woman. She hates us. Well, she does. Kamala Harris is a hater. She don't like us. Period. Joe Biden can fuck himself. 95 crime bill, all them fucking Harris and all them, they can fuck off, bro. I swear to God. I told them they can fuck off the hell because they don't like America and they need to get rid of that other Somalian lady in Minnesota. She need to go. Get her ass out of here.
Oh, yeah. What is it? Ilhan Omar?
Ilhan Omar. Do you know her history?
I know her history.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I also know
Get the fuck out
I also know who she married.
Her brother.
Yeah.
Bro.
Real quick. Chris is in here, says, love you guys. Happy Thanksgiving weekend. My opinion, go Jets. Here for you all. Everyone is phenomenal. Great show and great content. Hit the like button. Support, subscribe. It's free. Yes. Everybody watching, hitting the like button and subscribing is free. So please do me that favor. And then Sir Lucas says, I'm going to check out Tom Shapiro now. I'll report back. Absolutely. Sir Luca, go watch it now. And then get back on here. It's only like a 3-minute video.
I'm gonna check.
But come back on and check it out. It's fucking crazy.
I'm definitely gonna check that shit out because man. Hey, I have a question. You're a comics guy, right?
I'm a what?
Are you a comic book fan, or is this Matty?
No, Matty's a huge comic guy. Okay. I haven't bought a comic in several years. But I used to like, I have my favorite comics. Like for instance, I love my favorite comic is my favorite comic graphic novel is Long Halloween. Batman Long Halloween.
Fair.
I love Hush. I love actually I also love the ones attached to Long Halloween. So it was like, what was it? Haunted Night? What were they? Dark I
don't know.
There was like a series of 3 done by the same guys. And Long Halloween was one of them, and then there was a few other. Like I love Superman Red Sun when he gets put
in Russia.
Yeah,
they had
I love and Green Lantern First Flight.
I'm not
love that.
Sorry.
But that's me. I'm basically when I was younger, up into my 20s, I only really buy Batman, Superman, maybe Green Lantern, and Justice League. And like, that's about it. There was a few Spider-Man. I very rarely go out of DC, but there was a few Spider-Mans that I would get here and there.
Craven's Last Hunt was a good one.
Okay. And Maddie insists I need to read The Watchmen.
I'm not into Watchmen. I'm sorry, dude. But I have a question.
Yeah.
I seen a picture. I seen a picture online that said who's winning, the Justice League or the X-Men. I
would always pick the Justice League just because
Superman.
Yeah. Well, no, just because I'm a DC guy.
Okay, I'm like both. I'm a mix of both of them. I grew up with the Justice League animated show from the early 2000s, mid 2000s, and Teen Titans. Like those are like my shit. The Batman TV show, all that stuff was like I grew up with all of it, so I'm a mixed bag with all of it. But when they asked me, I said I just think the Justice League has too many heavy hitters for the X-Men to handle. Like if Jean Grey's not with the Phoenix Force, she's getting smoked by Wonder Woman and Superman and Flash.
Yeah. Well, the thing is Superman is he's so overwritten and he's so overpowerful that he's unbeatable. Yeah, and so, but then the only guy who actually can beat him would have been on his team. It's Batman, because Batman is yeah. So I don't know. It's like who on the X-Men who is going to be able to beat Superman? Without Batman's help.
You know who's crazy? Somebody said Rogue would beat Superman. I said Rogue.
No, that's outrageous.
Rogue is going to get folded by Wonder Woman herself. I said, and then they said Jean Grey with the Phoenix Force, but if Jean Grey doesn't have the Phoenix fucking Force, Superman's gonna fuck her up too. And then Wolverine's gonna get taken to orbit. And then you can watch out for the Martian Manhunter. Martian Manhunter is cold as shit.
Yeah, well, and I know you said you don't read him much, but Green Lantern is so powerful. So it's like. That's tough. You put Superman, Batman, Green Lantern, Martian Manhunter,
don't forget
Wonder
Flash.
Woman, Flash on the same team.
Yes,
that's a tough one.
Cyborg, Aquaman, like I mean, who like somebody said Nightcrawler could take on Batman. I said I don't know. Batman's fought people way harder than fucking Nightcrawler. So, I mean, and then Psycho.
Real.
What happened?
No, I'm having all of a sudden my charger is not working and my phone is down to 14% battery and I'm running off my phone.
Okay.
I don't know what the hell is going on here. It was working when I plugged it in, but all of a sudden it's not working now and I'm getting kind of nervous.
No, that's fair. But yeah, I just look at too many hitters.
Well, listen, we're at an hour 45. I went longer tonight than I thought I was going to go.
Okay.
So I apologize to everybody in the comments section. I might have to do this early. And like I said, I'm running off my phone. But Jay, thank you for coming on. I 100% appreciate it. And I just want to get out of here before the phone just goes dead, and then I don't know what I'm going to do. So
no, you're good, man.
Yeah. So thank you. I appreciate it, and hopefully maybe Monday night or next Saturday you can pop back on.
Yeah, I could probably pop up Monday night.
Cool. I will either send you the link or I'll put it in the thing. But if you know you're coming on, send me the message and I'll send it to you.
Definitely will, man. But I hope you had a good Thanksgiving, man. I'll see you Monday.
Thank you very much, Jay. Have a good one.
All right, bro.
All right, folks. Guys, I'm sorry. I have a few of you that called in the back. My phone is literally about to die, and I do not want my this show to, because if my phone dies, this feed will stay up and it'll just go blank. So I'd rather end my show the right way than screw it up and have to go back and all that stuff. So folks, thank you so much. Please, while you're in here, hit the like button. Let's show your support for the show. Like I said, I'm coming to you from about 5 minutes away from One Jets Drive in New Jersey, and I had a great time tonight. I did not expect to go this long. I thought it was going to be an hour and a half show, and here we are coming up on 2 hours. So just show your support by hitting that like button. Usually these shows are a little off the wall when I come, from my mom's place and her bar in New Jersey. Guys, seriously, thank you so much. I am Midnight Mike, your late night New York Jets host, the biggest heel on Jets YouTube, all that stuff. And I can't wait to see you next time, which tomorrow, coming to you hopefully with a reaction video as soon as possible. I'm on a travel day, so I don't know if the video will come directly out after the game, but I'm hoping to be home before the end of the game so I can get that out to you as soon as possible. And then Monday night, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully Matty will be here. I'm actually going to call him as soon as I get off of here and find out what happened. I'm Midnight Mike, and I can't wait to see you next time. Woo, Jesus.